Hi guys, I'm a YouTuber. So it's 2015 and this new movie just came out called Star Wars. So let's talk about it. Because guess what? It kind of sucks. Alright, first things first, there's this princess and she's got like a British accent for the first third of the movie and then she doesn't. Her British accent goes away. It's like the acting is so inconsistent. Where did her accent go? Is this really the best actress they could find? I don't know who this lady is, but she sucks. Okay, so the Empire has these guys called stormtroopers, and they run around with guns and they shoot everybody. So everybody they kill just gets shot with guns, okay? But when it comes to Luke Skywalker's aunt and uncle, those guys get burned to death instead, just so I guess Luke can have like a conveniently dramatic, tense moment and like see their dead bodies all burned up and shit. It's so forced. Why didn't the stormtroopers just shoot them like normal? Why did it have to be skeletons? They're trying to force emotion down our throats because they can't actually do it with their dumb script and their flimsy actors. So old man Ben Kenobi brings up this thing called the Clone Wars, and Luke's like, oh, you fought in the Clone Wars? And he's like, yeah, I was a Jedi Knight in the Clone Wars. And it's like, what's this Clone Wars business? You're telling me there was a whole war based around cloning people? Like, that seems kind of important. You'd think that if clones were such a big deal that they would have wars about them, that the people of this galaxy would talk more about clones and maybe some of the characters would still be clones. Why don't they go more into the backstory of these clones? It seems like something we, the audience, should know. Alright, so they're on the big Death Star station, and there's this point where Han Solo and Chewbacca go running down the hall, and then they run right into this room full of like 100 stormtroopers, and the stormtroopers start shooting at them, but neither of them get hit even once? Come on, man. Chewbacca is like this 7-foot-tall Sasquatch monster. He's a big target. I think one of those lasers would probably hit him. In a real world, he'd be dead. What kind of stupid script is this? This movie makes no sense, and it's stupid. Okay, those lightsaber swords, those like laser swords, those things are kind of cool, but we only get like one time in the movie where two people fight with them, and that fight was the lamest thing I've ever seen in my life. Has the director even seen a sword fight before? These two guys are magic space wizards. They should be like flipping around and throwing shit with their minds. Instead, it's like watching two geriatric people do aerobics class. And then Obi-Wan Kenobi dies, but his body just disappears and his clothes just fall on the floor. That's so dumb and random. Why does that happen? Why doesn't the movie explain why that happens? If Princess Leia knows that the Han Solo Falcon ship is being tracked by the Empire, why the hell does she just casually fly back to the rebel base? Why don't they stop somewhere else first and try to lose their tail? Like, did a child write this script? Alright, let's talk about that climax scene now. So, Luke Skywalker has the magic power called the Force. Okay, fine. But he had like, 5 minutes of training on the ship with that stupid floaty ball thing? 5 minutes tops of training to use the Force. Yet somehow, in the heat of this important battle, he manages to use the Force flawlessly to guide his missile into that little hole and blow up the space station. It's also pretty convenient that all these like grizzled, seasoned military pilots go up to this battle, and Luke Skywalker, a guy who has never flown an X-Wing in his life, is somehow only one of those guys who makes it out alive? What a fucking Mary Sue. That's what he is. He's a Mary Sue. He's good at everything, and he has no reason to be. He's the worst character of 2015, hands down. And what was the point of throwing in that scene with Luke's friend with the mustache, where he's just like, hey, it's my old friend, just to have that guy die like 4 minutes later? We don't care when he dies. We're not sad. It's just this George Lucas guy trying to add tension and sadness and fill the void of his empty screenwriting. Oh, and speaking of fake tension, they make you think R2-D2 died in that space battle, but then once they land, they just cut away and they come back and he's fine again and he's all clean. So it's like, wow, no stakes there. Death doesn't matter in this universe. It was just a cheap fake out. Darth Vader, you know what? I'll give him this. He was kind of a cool villain, but he went out like a chump. Han Solo is the sidekick character, okay? Why does he kill Darth Vader? The sidekick should never kill the main villain. That would be like if Marcus Brody was the one who killed the Nazi colonel. It's so stupid. Luke Skywalker should have been the one to shoot him. Then they go and they end on this stupid like ceremony where they have a parade or something, because I guess they couldn't think of a way to end this piece of garbage. And the princess gives medals to Luke and to Han Solo, but she doesn't give one to Chewbacca, even though he helped them and he was just as helpful as, like, this makes no sense. Why would you not give him a medal? He's even standing right there. It's not like he's off doing something else. Did they just forget to make a third prop or something? Why is this so stupid? I read rumors on Reddit that Fox has plans to do a couple more sequels and it wants to make the next one to come out 2 years from now. And I'm just like, no, okay? Fox, you should not waste your time or your money or your energy. Just no. Trust me, 2 years from now, nobody is even going to remember that Star Wars was a thing. How about instead of this, Fox, you concentrate your efforts on making Avatar 2, because that's what everybody actually wants, okay? Bottom line, 2 thumbs down, this movie's terrible, and it ruined my childhood.
Hey scumbags, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our video. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rebel Scum Podcast, for all the latest videos.